Hello my friends and welcome to a new video for Infinity Kingdom. This is Pyakia, an official Brace officer, and here we back again to the element explanation. We're going to talk about the wind or wind element, and as we used to talk about the elements, we are going to talk about the first thing here is the dragon, because the dragon is the core for the element marsh. We have the first skill for the wind dragon. Inflicts true damage every 6 seconds on enemies within the area and reduces their accuracy rate. And this is important because this is here something that you can build a true skills and some massive builds regarding this description here. So it will reduce the accuracy rate. So you can play on the accuracy rate and dodge rate reduction for the opponents in the first 12 seconds or the first couple of seconds in the early game. And the second skill here, when 3 of your random allied wind troops land a normal attack, they have 50% chance of recovering HP for 12 seconds. So when 3 of the random immortals of the 4 random immortals land normal attacks, they will have 50% chance to recover HP. The last skill here in the battle, your immortals get 26 crit value. This is because I have the skill level 8 and 26% dodge value. In addition, when the immortals get bonus normal attack. I didn't want to say the percentage because also it has level 8 here, so at level 10 it will be 25% damage increase for the normal attacks, and this is massive. I believe Hannibal Barca with the wind dragon would be super cool. Let's talk about the immortals first before I put any assumptions. So here let's we should switch or not? No, we should not switch, because I can pick my wind dragon here, and after that we can get rid of everything, because our core build here to get at least 4 deployed units of the same element or 5 deployed units of the same element. The only marsh that would be like exist with 3 units of the same element only and still be strong is the mixed marsh, wind and earth. So here for the pure elements, it's better to get 5 immortals of the same element or 4 immortals of the same element. So as I said, because the bonus damage on the normal attacks, it would be perfect using Hannibal Barca. So here let's use Hannibal, and of course if we used Hannibal we should use the support King Emperor, but let's talk about why Hannibal in the first place. Because Hannibal mainly damage is the normal attack, especially when he is using his exclusive artifact, increases your damage by 45% and causes cleave. With each normal attack will cause 90% damage to an additional nearby target for 8 seconds. This is his ultimate skill, and when equipping the exclusive artifact, the ultimate skill converts into a passive skill. It will not be an ultimate skill with energy, and he will not gain energy anymore, gain damage increase and gain cleave effect immediately after entering a battle. Effect lasts for the entire battle and he will not gain any more energy. So using cleave on Hannibal would be perfect, because he does cleave damage from his ultimate skill and with the cleave skill, so this is double cleave. And when using King Emperor, this will be triple cleave. Why? Because here King Emperor is a support immortal, inflicts wound on all enemy preventing them from being healed, increases the attack speed of all units by 25%, also grants cleave to all wind immortals, so their normal attack will deal 50% extra damage to a nearby enemy targets, lasts for 8 seconds. And when equipping King Emperor exclusive artifact, Dragon Power, which is this ultimate skill, can now inflict split damage to 2 nearby enemy targets. So this is perfect Hannibal with King Emperor and the Wind Dragon. I like this march so much, even though this march here is not completely complete. And for the wind element, I like Matilda, so double support here in the backline wouldn't be bad, because Matilda ultimate skill is perfect, increasing all allies energy regen, speed for like 9 seconds, and every damage dealt by the ultimate skill it gains 8% damage. It will be 20% damage increase effect that lasts for 1.5 seconds for 9 seconds, stacking up to 3 effects. So this is damage from the ultimate skills, so it will also grants from Ken Emperor ultimate skill and Hannibal ultimate skill. In the front row here we can have Saladin as a front line damage dealer for the wind element, because he is the only epic immortal that is attack type, because we have 2 defense types in the wind element, King Arthur and Totoyomi. Saladin used to be super strong and his ultimate skill is super powerful. I like him even though he is spearman, and I didn't push any technology for the spearman. He inflicts physical damage 150%. It will hit 3 times, so this is going to be 450% for all the enemy targets. So this 150% will be multiplied by 3 for one target, and it will hit all the targets. So he deals massive damage. That's why he has a low, very low energy regen. I like this march here, but this is not the best case scenario, because if you want to build this, you should at least have a maxed out wind dragon tree, because you need this march to have a high resilience, especially versus fire marches. They will melt wind march because they have 25% more of the damage. Here I would replace Matilda by Baldwin and keep Ken Emperor just for boosting Hannibal and Saladin normal attacks with his ultimate skill Dragon Power to deal cleave effect, and Baldwin will deal massive magical damage because he has a massive damage 600% damage. This is going to be magical damage, and he will increase the magical damage taken by 30%. This is a chance. And I would like to add some things here, because we have Atlanta. Atlanta wouldn't replace Ken Emperor, but I'm just going to talk about Atlanta. Entering the sniper stance for 10 seconds, reducing 25% attack speed and gaining 50% increased normal attack. Every normal attack has 30% chance of pressing the target and cause damage to the enemy behind that target. Atlanta is a range immortal for the wind element. I would love to build wind march like this and keep my Ken Emperor and Hannibal in my mixed march, and I would use Totoyomi with or next to Saladin if Saladin has a slightly increased in the energy regen. Even though this is double spearman and I didn't do any technology for the spearman, but let's talk about Totoyomi ultimate skill, then we will switch into King Arthur ultimate skill. For Totoyomi, creates a general blessing for all enemies. Creates a general blessing to all our units. So this is for the allies for 9 seconds. Increase the dodge value. So just put highlights about the dodge value here. Increases the dodge value by 15%, and each time they dodge an enemy attack, increases their damage by 6%, and reduce damage they receive by also it's going to be 6%, but all of these percentages going to be 15%. If you are going to use Totoyomi next to Saladin, I would use Atlanta here and Baldwin. Even though I can use Atlanta, Baldwin, Totoyomi, and King Arthur. Why would I use King Arthur? Because King Arthur ultimate skill reduces all damage you receive by 35% and has a 60% chance of reflecting 50% of the damage back to the attackers for 6 seconds. So here the front line will counter normal attacks, and the Wind Dragon will reduce the accuracy by 15%. Totoyomi ultimate skill. will reduce or increase the dodge value for our team by 15%. This is massive dodge value for our team and massive reducing accuracy value for the enemy team, even though you can use misleading skill and also after image skill that increases the dodge value for our team. So stacking dodge value in this marsh, especially for the Lord talent, you can keep using dodge value. Stacking dodge value and stacking debuffing the accuracy for the enemy marsh would be building a good wind marsh. But because I don't have Atlanta or Matilda full stars, also Totoyumi I don't have him a full star, so that's why I didn't build my wind dragon or my wind marsh at all. We don't have healers for the wind element, even though the dragon heals. But if we talked about the immortals that heals, he is not epic immortal, but Makizuma should have a little highlight here. Makizuma, I used to use Makizuma when I was free to play, when I built an earth marsh instead of Zenobia, because I didn't purchase Zenobia. Makizuma heals a lot, guys, even though he is an elite immortal and he can equip only 2 skills, but I would use Makizuma over Zenobia if I had to. But I have Zenobia's ultimate skill with her exclusive artifact, so she can give 25% more attack speed when she heals. If I didn't have this artifact, I would use 100% Makizuma over Zenobia, because he restores HP directly 400% to 2 units with the highest losses. If the target's unit number is less than 30%, it will receive the recovery buff. Regaining HP, it will be continuous recovery by 70% every 3 seconds for 12 seconds. So he will keep healing continuously, even though if he didn't have a high energy region. This is above average energy region, 92% for someone boost 20, and this is insane healing coming from an elite immortal. This should be an epic immortal. I like Makizuma so much. So this is about the wind element. Wind element is super strong, especially for the dodge value or reducing the accuracy value for the enemy team. But nobody uses a wind element, or little bit of the players using wind element, because the element buff and the debuffs, any fire marsh would just wipe any wind element, because 25% is for the fire marsh. In the first 30 seconds, only the dragon will deal up to 8 to 9 million damage, or it will at least be 8 million damage just coming from the dragon. One critical hit from Embrasu or Syanduke or even Hippolyta would crush any wind element. They will disappear because they have no any like survival cases, even though the dragon heals, but they just stack dodge and reduce the accuracy. So here the fire immortals and the fire marsh is stacking crit value, and it is not necessary to build dodge value to counter fire marsh, because if I'm using Cyrus instead of Syanduke, I wouldn't miss any critical from my Embrasu. And that's all for the wind element, guys. Yeah, I know this is not what you was seeing, and this is all for the wind dragon and wind marsh, stacking the dodge and reducing the accuracy. Tell me your thoughts about this, and tell me your thoughts if you are using the wind marsh about your setups and build. When I finish all the elements here, I will keep talking about the best build for every element. Thank you for watching and see you soon.